Taurus, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 12th through the 18th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Hermit. Nice energy, very grounded, very healing. Potentially for you feeling like you're spending a lot of time inward, just hermiting there for a little bit, which is not bad. In the recent past, the King of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Strength card. You really wanted to do something here. With the energies that I'm seeing here, it almost looks like you did something that you were very clear about, like taking some action here. It took a lot of strength for you to bring yourself in this point of action, but I think you did it. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. We'll see when we clarify. The determination there is uncanny, so it's like you for sure did something here based just on that. But when we clarify, we see some other things, so we'll see. In the current situation, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Hangman, you're giving something a lot of thought about potentially coming together with someone here. It's a super cool energy, but you're still not 100% about this, so you're kind of sitting with it there. Okay. In the immediate future, the Star, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. This is a desire, like one step closer to happiness, you know. But in order for that to happen, I feel like you're removing something out of that path there, and I feel like you're doing it. Okay. Alrighty, let's clarify. Let's see what's going on here, really. For the Hermit, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Hangman. Alright, so this could have to do with the current situation here in which you're thinking. Really, it's not thinking from here. You're just kind of sitting with the situation, so you're kind of, again, very inward, very aligned with yourself as you're going through this process of, hey, you know, what does this mean to me? Do I really want to proceed here based on what I feel? So it's a nice energy here. Lots of self-love involved, putting yourself first in there like no tomorrow. So pretty cool energy you got going on there. Let me see the King of Swords in the recent past. The Strength card, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. It's in order to achieve balance, you would have had to take that action over there. In order to create or restore balance for a situation, you'd have had to remove something there too. So I feel like this includes multiple aspects there, though. Where this could have to do with your job situation, your home situation, one of those areas, your personal life, I don't know where. But in order to restore some sort of balance, or for you to feel like the energies are coming into balance, you have to kick something out of there, because it's fucking up the balance, basically. So you're like, okay, you go, you know. Okay. Ace of Wands in the recent past, the Three of Cups, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune. I think you did it. I think you did kick something to the curve here to restore balance, and it did work out for a minute at least. It does feel like the energies are super nice, and then something happens. Like, I wonder if it stayed balanced, you know? Because something happened in the sense of, I think balance was restored here, though. whatever happened may just signify the change from, hey, this does not feel balanced, to, hey, this feels great, you know? Okay. Let me do the Strength card. The Two of Cups, the Hierophant, the Five of Cups. Yeah, you needed to let something go, someone go, potentially. And again, it's not easy. From an energetic standpoint, it looks easy. It looks like, okay, well, you notice something's making something not work out, so you need to remove that, and then things will work out, right? And that's exactly what's happening. And then you're kind of giving me the more, you know, humane perspective of, hey, it's not easy though. You know, whatever I'm letting go of comes in with a sense of loss and a sense of sadness too. I'm like, okay, yeah, gotcha. And then the Strength card, definitely indicating that it wasn't that easy to do that, but looks like you did. You pulled through it. Let me do the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords. Okay, so whatever this is, because it almost feels like you want to include something. If you created balance there, you want to draw something in that feels very, very valid, very, very matching to your heart's frequency. It's super nice. And it does bring in a lot of happiness. The problem with this situation is that there's two sides to this coin, right? There's the, okay, happiness, yes, lots of it. It's freaking amazing. And then there's the side of pain, which you're kind of giving me a sense of, I'm working on it. So I don't know exactly what that means. Does that mean you're trying to draw something in that you know has two sides to it, the love and the pain at the same time? But then again, everything does, which would indicate that maybe you are very much aware of this energy. You know this energy. It's not necessarily something new, or it could be something new, but you're anticipating that it has two sides. Happiness, but then there's always pain to that. So that may mean that there's some fear attached to you bringing this in, which would justify the part of, I'm working on that, you know? So either way, you're working on it on at least one side of the coin. Let's do the Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Temperance card. No, there's a sense of familiarity to this energy though. It almost feels like at some point in time in your life, whether that was 40 years ago or 4 months ago, this situation was there and then you detached from it, or they did. I don't know. Somebody detached from it, where there were two and then there's only one. And with the Temperance card, it gives me a sense of time, like that happened a while ago. So it does look like we're talking about an energy that is not necessarily new for you. Let me do the Hangman, the Queen of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Wands. I don't know. It's like you formed a little internal world around this in which it's a fucking avatar in there. It's like everybody's happy, including you and this other energy, and there's this perfect match there. There's a lot of passion in there, in that internal world too. A lot of attraction, lots of passion. But it's like, it's ideal. You know, it's I would be like, okay, so you're never coming out of thinking about it, because thinking about the situation drives you inward. And when you're inward, you experience this, you know, self-avataric type of an energy. And it's like, it's beautiful. Who the fuck would want to leave that world? But I think you will at some point. You can't sustain that forever. You got to come out for air. You got to come out for food and water. No, it's nice and all, but like you need a break to eat and, you know, live. For the Star in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Judgment card. I think you're making up your mind more in the direction of fulfilling your desire. So whatever conclusion you're getting to here for this situation, whatever that is, think of it as your heart's desire. You're starting to pursue it in the physical. So you're not only coming out for breaks to live, you're making something happen here. You're trying to bring something to life by the looks of it. For the Five of Pentacles, you get the World card, the Nine of Cups, the Six of Wands. And with it, as you start pursuing this, comes a sense of cycle closed over something that was already closed a long time ago. So this is almost like a closure, or I finally passed that completely. Like maybe a sense of acceptance over something here. But like a relief. Again, chapter closed over something that's been closed already, which that usually indicates to me that there's been enough healing done over whatever that was closed, that you're no longer holding any of the kind of heavy energies around that, whatever happened there. So you definitely feel lighter. The minute this chapter closes, you're like, oh man, that feels so good, you know? So pretty cool energies you're shaping up into here. For the Ten of Cups, in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's all kind of blended into the current situation. So whatever your retrospective is right now surrounding this, in the immediate future, it's looking like it's starting to shape up in the physical, and it comes in with a beautiful cycle closed over it, which tells me that that pain you're working on kind of pans through here. And the outcome is freaking amazing. It's probably better than you've ever thought. It's not going to come without a little bit of challenges, just a tiny little bit. It's not going to be as easy breezy as most of us would want. But just a tiny little bit. And ironically, exactly when it comes to fruition, that's when the stress starts. Like, almost like, it actually happened. You know, I achieved this. I pursued, you know, the direction of my heart, and it's all coming together nicely. And it's like, what now? You know? Again, not a lot, depending on how you proceed from this point. If you take that worrisome type of an energy that I see here, which is just a tiny little bit, and you feed it, it's gonna get overwhelming, and it's probably gonna take away from a lot of what I'm seeing here. If you're like, okay, yeah, it's normal to panic if something nice is happening, and put that to the side, then you should be good to go here, you know? Because it is normal to be like, wow, this actually worked, you know, to kind of be a little, but just try not to feed that energy too much, because again, it's kind of gonna overtake all of this, and it's a shame. These are beautiful energies you're building up into here. And you're achieving some sort of goal that's beautiful, you know, so why take away from that? From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the Four of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely contemplating here about bringing something together, or in this case, potentially back together, because as I said, I see you passing through your life already of this energy. At some point, again, either it's here as we speak in your life, or it's been here even 40 years ago. I don't know what we're talking about here, but that's kind of the gist of where you're at right now. Kind of contemplating for now. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.